For those of you who don't know, at the beginning of each month I talk about the books that I read the previous month and do a little, thoughts on how I enjoyed them or whatever. Sorry if there's any background fan noise, but it's hot, so I'm not turning the fan off for you. This month has got to be easy because I only read one book, 1Q84 by Haruki Murakami. First off, on the title, I found out that in Japanese, the number 9 and the letter Q are pronounced just about the same, so it's like a pun on 1984. Get it? I read that some people pronounce it Q-teen-84. I kind of like that. So the first thing that I've already kind of started to touch on is that it's translated from Japanese. It makes a few parts a little weird, like when they talk about how things are spelled. They're like, the 4 characters of this word, and it's like way more than 4 letters, but, in Japanese it's different. I don't have any idea about writing in Japanese. It's a good book, though. Construction. Don't you know I'm filming a video? So while reading this book, I got thinking pretty frequently about the art of a book versus the craft. Art, that stupidly hard to define thing that everybody thinks they understand, and then when you try to define it, all of your easy definitions kind of go away. Something about what it's like being a person, something about communicating abstract stuff. I don't know. It's art. There's also the craft, which is how to write a book that a lot of people are going to want to read. It concerns stuff like, are you being clear enough? Are you being interesting enough? Is this wasting readers' time? How's the pacing? Those kind of practical concerns that you don't want to completely neglect. But if you focus only on those, it's probably gonna end up feeling like a lifeless husk of a book. And I think this book might go too far towards the craft side, but then art did that annoying hard to define thing, and I think the craft of this book was so creative and so very spot on that in itself was kind of artistic. So if you didn't notice, it's a big book. You need to keep readers' attention through that whole thing, and not a lot of plot events happen, so that, the author was really limited in how he could avoid wasting people's time. And the ways he did that were very impressive, very interesting. I liked that a lot. Too early to say yet, but I think it's going to be one of those books that just kind of sticks with me and I'll remember it and it'll come to mind later down the road. Of course, I don't know that yet, but it's the impression I get so far. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that one book I read. I think they'll have more than just one this coming month, since I'm not reading any gigantic books, at least not yet, but I don't regret spending a month of my time reading this book, so that in itself says a whole lot of a positive. Okay, I'll see y'all later.